Press freedom is the fundamental rights that pressmen, broadcasters, journalists in this country are supposed to enjoy when it comes to the discharge of their duties and responsibilities as people who inform, who educate Ghanaians when it comes to matters of national interest. Over the years of being in the journalism space, there's been lots and lots of changes, and the practice of the job has evolved. With the proliferation of TV and radio, and with the introduction of social media as well, the standards of journalism back then and now are different. At the time, there were strict adherence to journalistic principles. Today, with social media, virtually that does not exist. Today, with the proliferation of TV, radio, and co, people who really do not know about the ethics of the job are sitting behind microphones day in, day out, and they profess to be journalists, and so they spew a lot of information, not cross-checked, not ensuring that the parties involved in the matter have been heard before they go on with the publications of the stories they do. And so, for me, I would say that there's been a bit of a downward trend in terms of the principles and the ethics of our business. As much as the Constitution guarantees our freedoms to do our work, the Constitution also puts in measures to ensure that the rights of individuals are protected. And so, for instance, if I do an editorial or if I do a front page story and somebody feels that his reputation or image is being done in, that person has a right to file a civil case against me. And so the court system is also there, allowing for people to have their issues resolved. Let's not forget the National Media Commission is also there, resolving issues or disputes amongst journalists and individuals who have been affected by the work that a journalist is supposed to have been done. Obviously, you can't be in this business without expecting at some point in time in your life being attacked by an individual or some individuals who may feel aggrieved about some publication or story you would have done. And social media makes it very easy for people to do that because people hide behind avatars and new profiles being built every day. And so it's not them. They've taken people's images and they abuse you and they insult you for a publication or a story you'd have done, which maybe you had your facts correct. We've weathered the storm over the years. We've gotten to know this is how things happen. And so when it does happen, you have a choice to either respond to the individual, block the individual, or not respond at all. Well, I don't think that there really is anything wrong with politicians owning media houses. For most of the part, some of them who own media houses that I have spoken to, especially those in the outskirts of Accra or maybe in other regions, they take community radio licenses with the intent that they are going to inform the people in those communities, information dissemination. But along the way, the partisan colors begin to show in terms of the content and how skewed it is. But you see, there is no neutrality in the business of journalism. We can't eliminate the issue of subjectivity and selectivity when it comes to journalism in this country. So for instance, even if that network is not NPP or is not NDC, the producer, the journalist himself may have their own biases. And so a story that they may decide to do that morning, Ghanaians may be looking for a different story, but by the editorial policy have decided to do a different story because they feel that when they do that story, it doesn't inure to their benefit. Or maybe because of their religious beliefs, they decide that we are not going to do this story and it affects their pastor. But that pastor is also in the limelight for something he or she might have said. And so you can't take away the element of subjectivity and then selectivity. But partisanship is also very, very real when it comes to our practice. Imagine, networks where they have taken stance. I am pro-NDC, I am pro-MPP. It becomes sometimes very dangerous, where propaganda is spewed morning, afternoon, evening, and it incites the masses, and then before you realize, conflicts are everywhere. And let's not forget what happened in Rwanda. It was just a statement. that was made on radio, and it triggered that. I feel that if a politician owns a media house and allows the professionals to man that station, there is nothing wrong with it. Well, detaching yourself from your biases is a very tricky one, very difficult one. But the solution that I always prefer to use is just presenting the facts and data to the viewer and the listener. The independence of this profession is guaranteed. Let's not throw it away. Let's not be driven by the social media numbers. I always say, it's not about the thousands. It's not about the 2Ks that are watching you. It's about the reputation and the reputation of your network at the end of the day. Journalism is a very good profession, and we must hold it as such. Happy World Press Freedom Day to you.